On this episode of China Uncensored, China's pop music superweapon. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. This is your rock and roll secret agent, Chris Chappell. Hello, friends. Are you aware of recent comical events? Some individuals commenting on my videos have raised the ludicrous suggestion that I may be a robot. A robot? Let me ask you this. Can a robot laugh? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well, just kidding, folks. I'm no mandroid built in a factory to entertain you. But I can't necessarily say the same about China's new state-sponsored pop bot, Ruhanjia.
I'm Ruhan. I'm a classical trained soprano who loves singing pop and Chinese opera.
Whew. They sure can build them these days. Them joints didn't even squeak or nothing. Now, for those of you who think I'm being a bit unfair, it's worth going into some of the background about the old Popstar 3000 here. Ruhanjia is the first artist and only artist ever signed to the label Earth's Music, a Chinese state-sponsored music industry group with one and only one purpose: building pop star sensations to achieve fame, cultural cred, and quote-unquote soft power in the West. Must be working. The power is so soft, I can hardly feel it. Oh, there it was. Anyways, as one of Ruhan's government manufacturers told the BBC recently, if you have a strong economy, people think of you as a big country. And we have a strong economy. But only when you are strong culturally are you seen as a superpower. You've got to admire people who are in it for the sheer love of their art form. Ruhan's team under the government pop music initiative is called Synergy, and their strategy is to proceed by imitating Western pop stars. She said that basically she's given homework to study Michael Jackson, Kesha, and other major successes. Oh, I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. It's Kesha with a $sign. So all Ruhan has to do is artificially reproduce the formula and become beloved by millions. Easy, right? Well, of course it goes without saying that there's a few political goals underlying her program of musical world domination. Ruhan has described herself as in line with the image of the Chinese government, which is, about sunshine. Well, yes, obviously. Look, I'm not trying to hate on Ruhanjia personally. She's obviously trying really hard in a short hair, no shoes equals totally rebel way to be the best state-sponsored pop star she can be. And it's not like Western pop stars never go through image makeovers. But you know, maybe the most depressing thing about this is that the methods being used to accumulate this so-called cultural influence are just about copying other stars' successes instead of trying to do something new or different, or bring some real Chinese cultural innovation to the table. Take France. When a French singer becomes known internationally, it's because he has a certain something that you just can't get anywhere else.
Je vais et je viens entre tes reins et je me retiens.
Je t'aime.
Or, you know, Germany. Why, when you've got unique music like this. Make me break out in cold sweat like that, I'll be certain to bow to your soft power, whatever you say. And then, there's Japan. Hey, did you notice that was from Japan? Your nightmares will remind you, always. Anyway, the point is that in 5,000 years of Chinese history, there is more than enough cultural uniqueness and diversity to create really memorable modern performances. But censorship, political repression, and artificial government cultural power propaganda programs aren't the way to achieve real influence. Now, last week I talked about how delegates to the CPPCC were up in arms over the fact that they couldn't create a TV show as popular as Korea. And just like Ruhan, with all the top creative minds of the party racking their brains, some magic can happen. I believe we have footage of that happening right now.
By your powers combined, I am
Captain She. She. Looks like the creative juices sure are flowing, just as long as they keep these few little restrictions in mind. According to March 30th, 2011 directive by the State Administration for Radio, Film, and Television, the program should not contain fantasy, time travel, random compilations of mythological stories, bizarre plots, absurd techniques, propagating feudal superstitions, fatalism, reincarnation, ambiguous moral lessons, and lack of positive thinking. Well, that's all I've got to say. Let's go back to Ruhan once more for a rebuttal.
I am like an infant. I am maturing gradually. Soon I will have all my faculties.
I was weak.